Hey guys, today I am so excited. I'm going to finally show you all how I curl my hair. This is one of my most requested posts, so I will get started. So I will start with what I do with my hair right when I get out of the shower. I always wrap it up in a towel and let it dry as much as possible. Then I'll brush it out with my wet brush and put in this Caviar CC cream. It just helps to hold the style and kind of smooths out your hair. My hair is pretty frizzy, as you can tell. And then I also use this Moroccanoil protecting spray. It's really important to protect your hair, especially when you're using a lot of heat on it, like I do. And then usually I will try to let my hair air dry either overnight or throughout the day if it's on the weekend. I rarely blow dry my hair because it takes so long. I have a lot of hair. It's really thick and it takes forever, so I'm sure most girls can relate to that. But I will say that my hair has a lot more volume when I blow dry it and then curl it. So this is my second day hair, so I air dried it yesterday, and then this is what it looks like today. There are three main things you need. The first one is a wet brush. I love using a wet brush because it doesn't rip out my hair. The second thing is one of these little clips. You'll see that it's really important to section out your hair while you're curling it, so these are really handy. And then the third thing is obviously a curling iron. I use this curling iron, which can be found at Target. It's about somewhere between $12 and $25, so really reasonable. It's a 1-inch barrel and it does have a clamp. I've tried so many different things. I tried wrapping my hair with a wand. I've tried really expensive curling irons, and this guy is amazing. It does break every so often, but it's not a huge deal to replace it, so I love it. So I always start on the right side of my head, but that's really just a personal preference. It doesn't matter. This side of my head obviously has way less hair, so I only split it into 2 sections. If you part your hair more towards the middle, you might want to do 3 sections, but for me 2 works great. And I start just by pulling the top layer of hair here, and then I just twist it over on the other side. And I clamp it like this. And then I always find it easiest to start in the back of my head so that I'm not crushing the curls in the front when I start to go to the back. So I usually want to take about a piece that's this large. I usually want to be able to kind of like see through the hair here. And I try and flatten it out as much as possible like this. And then I just clamp the curling iron around halfway and I roll it up as close to my head as possible. And as I'm going, I just kind of loosen. I let a little slack go on the clamp until I get the end of the hair all the way in. So you want us to create like ringlets like this. And I didn't get all of the hair here, so I'll go back and just do it again. So this is ultimately what you want it to look like on the barrel. And then I just slowly let it go like that. So once you have your curl, you want to leave it and try not to touch it. You want to let the curl cool so that it doesn't get, so that it holds its shape. So then I just continue to go around my head like this. And the other thing I'll say is this side of my head, I always curl it in towards my face. This actually gives, this is probably different than what most people tell you. but this gives it more of that kind of Hollywood, those Hollywood waves vibe, which I like. And then the other side of my head, you'll see I curl it away from my face. So just like this. And then if you miss a couple pieces like I did here, just keep going. A lot of times I'll kind of spread the hair out along the barrel. I'm looking in a little mirror here, so you can see. And then sometimes if I have hair like this, where there's a lot from the top section that I accidentally grabbed, I'll just split it and quickly do that section like this. So the key is to just get a section that's kind of spread out so that you can really make sure every piece of hair within the section is pressed against the barrel in the heat. Okay, so this side of my head obviously has a lot more hair, so I'm gonna break it up into probably about 4 sections. I usually just kind of see how it's going as I go, and it varies depending on how much volume my hair has that day. But I'm gonna guess 4, we'll see. So I start with a really small section on the bottom because it's actually much harder for me to do this side of my hair since it's the left side, and I am a righty. So I clip this big chunk up here, and then just get started. For this side of my head, I curl it away like this, so away from my face. I have a lot more hair on this side of my head, so I don't want it all to be curled into my face. So I do the same thing I did on the other side. Like so. Okay, so now I look full on like Shirley Temple, which is just where you want to be at this point. So I'll go back and I'll just look through, like usually this side has a couple that came loose, or I need to touch up the ends on. So I'll just kind of go through and fix that. And then once I feel my hair and it feels completely cool and like all the curls have cooled, I just go through and brush them out with my wet brush, like this. And then a lot of times I like to have kind of like some volume in the back, so I will just brush out my part on the back half of my head and separate it out. And there you have it. If it's really curly, which some days it is, I brush it out kind of throughout the process of getting ready. And then usually the curls will kind of calm down throughout the night or day. So that's it. Comment below if you have any questions. All of the products that I use are also linked below. And I hope you guys enjoy it.